Hello, welcome to the 2023 Tri-County Science Technology Fair. Can you believe it's been 30 years of the fair? And Frank Icapelli and Mark Kramer and Frank's daughters Amanda and Christina and my children Michael, Mark, and Matthew, who all have been volunteers from the moment they could. The fair could not be where it is today without them. Frank's vision for a more expansive and better judging system has truly been an asset, and he cannot be replaced. There have been many teachers and judges that have been with us for 30 years. And with that thought, I would like for you to email me pictures so we can create a commemorative movie to put on our website. Unfortunately, about 10 years ago, our computers crashed, and so went all the documents, pictures, and from way back then. And we did have discs, remember those? But they actually were tossed out by a younger volunteer who didn't even know what they were. And having said that, that probably would not have been that bright, considering that those discs probably don't fit into any computer of today's value. Westchester Science Teachers Association of New York State has also been with us for 30 years. Actually 30 plus, because they actually helped us with the Putnam County Fair, which was prior to the Tri-County Fair. So I would like to also thank Pepsi and Judy Vigar, Sean Kahn, for not only financial support, but also for Judy's inspirational speeches that she does every year. I love listening to her. Pepsi is a great place to work. It's a great product to own, and we hope that you will participate with their products. We would not be the fair without the following people. And I would like to thank Miriam Sedanius, Melissa Maver, Doug Mann, Larissa Mulroney, Joe Siami from Westchester, a section of the Science Teachers Association, and please listen to his speech, Cecilia Caldis, Michael Mulroney, Mark Newman, and Matthew Newman, who is also our Master of Ceremonies and who attended all the original meetings for the Tri-County, albeit as a baby. Please check out his website, MatthewNewmanComedy.com, and you may even see him in a commercial, or you might have listened to his voice in a commercial. So please go to his website so that you can learn more. This year, the exhibits were spectacular. I spot checked several videos and was very impressed. Everyone who has an opportunity to compete in the 2023 fair should be very proud of your accomplishments. And we have two great opportunities for the best of the best. Thermo Fisher Junior Inventors Challenge, which formerly is called Broadcom Masters, which is a national competition for middle schoolers in grades 6, 7, 8, and also the New York State Science Congress for high schoolers. Back in the day, we could only send 3 students to a Science Congress, but because the fair has grown, we're actually able to send 5. If you're entering 6th, 7th, and 8th grade next year, consider invention over the summer so we can enter you in to win the Lemlinson Early Inventors Award. If you plan this over the summer, you can perfect your local science, you can perfect your exhibit by your local science fair and be ready for us in the spring. Now I want to address the elephant in the room. We really need more volunteers and teachers to do a live fair. We need a team of at least 30 people to be available the day of the fair, and we need space. We also need about 150 local judges. And you might think that's a lot of judges, but unfortunately, people get busy, and we need to have enough backup so that when judges do drop out, not because they want to drop out, but often because their business sends them on a business trip, and so they're no longer available to judge on that specific day. This is why virtual has been great. Volunteers can volunteer at odd hours, and most importantly, Frank, who has one of the biggest jobs, recruiting judges, assigning projects, is not tethered to a specific date. If that was the case, his job would not allow him to be available on certain days, and therefore the fair would, I can't even imagine what would happen to the fair. The students also benefit from virtual. They are judged by scientists from all over the United States. There's no more conflicts between baseball, ballet, and other Saturday activities. They can also do their videos and projects at a time of their choosing. So our team sees huge benefits in remaining virtual. But if you would prefer a live event, we really need help finding a location that can not only house the exhibits, hold the awards ceremony, but also have enough parking for the students, parents, teachers, judges, and volunteers. And that's a huge. We were outgrowing White Plains High School, which truly was a lot of space. So I really don't even know where we'd be able to hold a live fair at this point. But if you would like to be on the team for a live fair, please email me. And don't forget, if you've been with the fair anytime in the past 30 years, to please send me pictures so that we can get our commemorative movie up and running again. So again, I'd like to thank Judy Vigar and Pepsi for being our grand sponsor. It's been a real asset for us to have a grand sponsor. I know that my grandchildren probably really enjoy that because their parents had to sell candy bars outside of grocery stores in order to fund the fair way back when. And so I hope everybody does very well today, and I'm looking forward to hearing who won. So now I'm going to turn this back to our Master of Ceremonies, and let's see what outstanding exhibits have won at the Tri-County this year.
Thank you, Mom, and welcome to the 30th iteration of the Science and Technology Fair. My name is Matthew Newman. As my mom mentioned, I was a baby when this fair began, meaning that at 275 pounds, I have had the largest weight increase of any known volunteer since day one. Throughout this video, you may see me with varying levels of facial hair and different outfits. That is so I can do my part in helping create a greener world by recycling old material that still works from the videos I've made in each of the last few years. But this video is not about me. That's what the website MatthewNewmanComedy.com is for. This is about the fair and the students it would not be possible without. Now, with one final word on how to donate and contribute towards that fair and future fairs, once again, my mother, Janice Newman.
Many of you have asked us how you can help support the fair, and one of the fastest ways is just to make a straight donation of any size by going to our website, discoveryctr.org. But we also have a lot of fair memorabilia, and if you go to any of the emails that we send you, there should be a link to the fair memorabilia, and I believe we also have a fair memorabilia link on our website. But one of the things that you can get this year is a 4-port charger. You can put your cell phones and whatnot in there, and it has a flip so that when you're traveling, it fits in your suitcase nicely. I believe those are $12.50, and you can order as many as you'd like. We also have a travel bag, which I'm going to bring up. It's a pretty decent size, and it's something you can also get on our fair memorabilia page. But we also can do stock. You can donate any amount of shares to the Putnam Children's Discovery Center, Inc. And you're going to email me anyway for the instructions for that, and then just let me know you want it designated strictly for SciTech or just designated for our science programs, or just for general use. It's totally up to you. We appreciate any amount of stock donated to us. And I'm not an accountant, but I believe that if you do donate stock, you might be avoiding the capital gains that you would be paying on it. So if you've owned the stock for a long, long time, talk to your tax advisor first and see how beneficial it might be to make that donation to us. And thank you very much for considering a donation. We really always can use the financial help for this fair as well as for future fairs. And we look forward to seeing you in 2024. Thank you.
Excellent. Let's get started. Here with a few words about judging, Frank Icapelli.
Hi, I'm Frank Icapelli. and I am the coordinator for the Judges Committee and past Master of Ceremonies for the Tri-County Science and Technology Fair. I've been with the fair from the very beginning, since 1994, and this is our 30th year of operation. I've seen many changes since our fair first began at Purchase College. For one thing, the fair has grown tremendously. Back in 1994, we may have attracted about 75 exhibits from elementary, middle, and high school levels. But this year we can boast 3 to 4 times as many students, schools, exhibits, and teachers participating in our fair. Another major difference is the type of topics that we cover. Back in 1994, psychology was not an area that was covered by exhibits. Today, there are 3 different areas of psychology that exhibits can compete in. Likewise, health and medicine were not covered back then. Today we have health, medicine, and nutrition. And among the core areas, we see many more students participating in the areas of biology and environmental science. Now, this year's fair, just like the 3 fairs before it, has been held in a virtual setting. What this means is that judges have the opportunity over the course of a week and at their own pace to evaluate the pre-recorded videos that students submit as part of their project, as well as review any documentation or responses to specific questions that are raised. Unlike a live in-person fair, the virtual setting does not allow the give and take of questions and answers between judge and student during the course of the fair. Consequently, I believe that it is due to the virtual format of the fair that participation is down this year compared with years in the past. The virtual format was adopted as a measure to minimize exposure to the coronavirus. But this year, the virtual format was maintained not so much to minimize exposure due to a pandemic, which thankfully has diminished over the course of the past year or so, but rather to continue a different type of format that the students can experience and benefit from compared to a live in-person fair. Now, I understand and agree with all the arguments that are made to justify a live in-person fair, and prior to 2020, the Tri-County Science and Technology Fair had always been held at a local venue and managed by a considerable number of tireless volunteers. Unfortunately, we were unable to attract that same number of tireless volunteers, as well as a local venue, to hold a successful live in-person fair. As you can expect, a live in-person fair is a considerable effort, managing well over 300 exhibits and well over 300 judges, parents, teachers, and volunteers. This gargantuan effort requires a great deal of coordination to make sure that the event goes off without a hitch. Therefore, given the limitation that we had in resources and help, we decided to continue the virtual fair for the benefit of the students. Now consider this. The virtual format does have one significant advantage over a live in-person event, and that is the larger pool, wider diversity, and greater experience and backgrounds of judges that would evaluate exhibits. As a result, we've been able to attract more than 200 judges from across the country with a wide area of expertise and connection to science and technology. A live in-person fair simply cannot compete because it is constrained by the availability and location of judges that happen to be there on the day of a local fair. So why is a virtual fair so important? By having the large number of judges available to us, we were able to assign as many as 24 judges per exhibit, an all-time record. These judges have provided a wealth of rich, constructive feedback in the form of comments, observations, and recommendations. Just think of all that useful information that students can benefit from in the areas of science and technology. To those teachers and parents listening to this awards ceremony, I urge you, reach out to Janice Newman. Request those comments so that you can help your students improve in the areas of science and technology based on the feedback from quality judges in the technical areas. I also want to thank Mark Kramer for assisting me individually with the managing of the judges, and obviously a special note of thanks and congratulations to Janice Newman, the director of the Putnam Children's Discovery Center. This, in her 30th year as well, is another shining example on the focus and efforts she makes for the benefit of the children. To the teachers and parents of the students who competed in this year's fair, thank you for your efforts and your patience. I want to thank each of those technical professionals for spending their time and effort evaluating all the exhibits that they were assigned. Your efforts are greatly appreciated. Finally, and most importantly, congratulations to all the students who participated in this year's fair. Your hard work and your pursuit of science and technology are to be commended. It is through the dedication, hard work, and focus of students like you that lead me to believe in the coming 30 years we will see wonders that we can only imagine. With so many advances over the past 30 years, the next 30 years will only demand that we ensure that today's youth is firmly grasping the areas of science and technology to help elevate society. To those visionary students out there listening to this awards ceremony, keep up the good work.
The Tri-County Science and Technology Fair is the only regional fair that includes the lower grades. It's our belief that it is important to spark and inspire students at a young age so they grow up to become the next generations of inventors and scientists. We are pleased to also announce that the Hands-on Science program, grades K through 5, will be available in the upcoming school year. It is a once-a-year Saturday program that takes place in the school's cafeteria. For information, please visit our website, www.discoveryctr.org. The elementary division earns either excellent or outstanding ribbons. And this year, we are pleased to say each of our talented young people have achieved excellent ribbons. For biology, from Effie Bellows for the project Effective Hunger Level on Mouse's Speed Through a Maze, Ada Lopez Perez and Julia Znedarchich. For chemistry, from Effie Bellows for the project Bubble Bubble Pop, do standard bubblegum brands blow bigger or smaller bubbles compared to sugar-free bubblegum brands? Orla Atherton and Molly Henderson. For Earth and Space, from Effie Bellows for the project Tornado Physics, Tornado in a Bottle, Erica Maya, Charlie Graham, and Teddy Lynch. For Engineering and Technology, from the Hackley School, How does 3D printing work and its novel applications? Akash Kundu. For Environment, from Effie Bellows, How much gas is created by the breakdown of solid food waste? Oliver Reiner. For Math Computers, from Effie Bellows, Automatic Braking versus Human Braking, Zuri Spate. For Physics, from Effie Bellows, Balloon Salon, Addison Barker, and Marlo Wagner. The Janice Miller Newman Education Award for Excellence in Developing Future Scientists for Top Elementary School, with the highest overall score among all other elementary schools that have a minimum of 3 exhibits entered into the competition. The Janice Miller Newman Award goes to Effie Bellows Elementary School. Now with a few words, some footage from last year from Matt.
Congratulations to all of our elementary participants and the winners announced today. Back to you, Matt.
You know, when I was in elementary school, I got kicked out of the school play for talking. I was playing a tree. And now for our keynote address, PepsiCo Vice President of Research and Development, Judy Vigar.
Welcome, students, families, and friends to the 2023 Tri-County Science Fair. Congratulations to all of you who have submitted a poster. And congratulations to all of you who have supported somebody who submitted a poster. I'm amazed and excited each year with the breadth and depth of the projects, and this year is even better than past years. You come up with creative problems and ideas to research, and you work hard to get data to solve a problem, or answer a question, or further a technical debate. You have so much to be proud of, and please know how proud we all are of your hard work and your results and your presentations. Today, my message is simple and yet challenging for each of you. You all put so much time and effort into your projects. As you go forward in your education, Please be sure to take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and take care of the world around you. You all have incredible gifts in yourself. You showed your intelligence, your creativity, your perseverance, and your communication skills. Chances are that you had to overcome challenges to get to this point in your presentation, and perhaps in your education and in your life. Please acknowledge in yourself all that you bring, in all who you are, in all that you have overcome to get here. Please give yourself a big pat on the back and a big acknowledgement to yourself for your success. Please also take a moment to think about all of the people in your life who have helped you get to this point. It may be your parents, a teacher, a coach, a friend, a relative, or someone you may not know. It may be an author or a scientist. The point is, please recognize that we all work together and we all need each other, and we need to take care of each other. It is sometimes hard in the drive and competition of school and test to take a step back and see the bigger picture of teamwork and relationships. We focus so much on the core process of the project delivery, and we also need to think about team and the social core processes that go with the project as well. Finally, I ask you to think about how to take care of the world. Okay, that's a big ask. Actually, many of your projects, most of your projects, involved improving the earth, improving the lives of people, advancing technology to help people in some way. Your projects really reflect the challenges and the opportunities of the world around us. You are taking care of the world, and each project that you do is making a difference. I believe in all of you, in all that you will accomplish in your lives. You have a lot to be proud of today, and you have a bright future. As you go forward in your education and in your careers, please take care of yourself. Please take care of each other, and please continue to work to do good for the world around us.
Thank you to our grand sponsor, Pepsi, and again, thank you to Ms. Vigar. We now move on to the middle school and high school category awards, but first, the rules.
It is now our pleasure to announce the awards for the Tri-County Science and Technology Fair at the level of middle school from 5th through 8th grades and high school from 9th through 12th grades. The video presentations and questionnaire responses from each exhibit were evaluated by 3 judges and scored independently in the areas of creative ability, scientific thought, thoroughness, skill, and clarity. After the scores were combined, the 3 highest scoring exhibits within each category and grade level can be awarded a plaque for first, second, and third place. To qualify for third place, the exhibit score must average at least 80 out of 100. A second place award is given to an exhibit that scores no less than an average of 85, while a first place exhibit must attain at least an average of 90. That means it's entirely possible that we might not give out a first or second place award if none of the exhibits in that category scores beyond the minimum required. In the event of a tie, each exhibit that qualifies for an award will receive a plaque. All first place middle school award winners will also receive a t-shirt. The high school exhibit awarded first place in each category also receives a $100 cash award. In the event of multiple students from the same first place exhibit, or a tie for first place, among 2 or more exhibits in a category, the cash will be split equally among all winners. All award winners will receive an email within the next day or 2, with instructions on how you can receive your award. We will now announce the first, second, and third place middle school award winners, followed by high school award winners within each category. So, let's get started.
Here to present the awards for middle school and high school, for the first time tonight, Matt.
Right. The middle school division is comprised of grades 5 through 8. Therefore, some elementary schools that go through 5th or 6th grade will compete in the middle school division. To be eligible for the Thermo Fisher Scientific Junior Innovators Challenge and the Lemelson Early Inventor Award, they are only available to students currently in grades 6, 7, and 8. In order to participate in the Lemelson Early Inventor Award, advance notice is required, so we encourage all the young inventors going into grades 6th, 7th, and 8th in the fall to start over the summer and let your teacher know you want to be considered for the 2024 award. At the middle school level, students are eligible to win first, second, and third place. While this is information that is inside the frequently asked questions, we wanted to remind you and reiterate it here today. So what causes all 3 awards not to be given in each category? How is it possible that we might end up with no second place? Well, each award has a minimum score threshold. To be eligible for first place, you must score higher than a 90. For second place, 85, and third place, an 80. So keep in mind that that's a minimum. So if we have a 98, a 97, and a 92, those would be first, second, and third place. But if we had a 92, an 84, and an 80, then first and third place, first place would go to the 92, and third place would go to the 84, because we didn't have anything hit the high threshold of the 85 minimum. Now to the awards. In the category of biology, in third place from Greenville Elementary for the project Soaking Up the Sun, designing an artificial leaf capable of photosynthesis, Anika Shah. Chemistry, in third place from Greenville Elementary for the project Identification of Electrical Conductivity of Different Fluids in Pursuit of the Ideal Sports Drink, Arjun Gupta and Hank Sherwin. In the category of engineering and technology, in third place from Dobbs Ferry Middle School for the project Investigating Household Materials for DIY Records, Wiley Weinman. In second place from Effie Bellows for the project Beep Bop Boop, Does Music Influence the Pac-Man Game Score with Fifth Graders, Theo Atherton and Matteo Ferrante. In the category of environment, in third place from Effie Bellows for the project Comparing Bacterial Growth on Produce from Local Grocery Stores, Calliope, Healy, and Leah Lipworth. The category of health and medicine. In second place, from Rye Country Day School, for the project Transforming Diets for Dysphagia, how does reverse spherification affect the oral residency time of semolina pasta and chickpea pasta? Juliette Moore. In first place, from Pelham Middle School, for the project Beats of the Heart, the effect of beetroot on the heart rate of Daphnia magna, Anika Roy. Math and computers. In third place, from Rhinebeck Middle School for the project How Can I Use Ratios and Random Distributions to Estimate the Area of Any Shape? Jacob Abraham. In physics. In third place, from Effie Bellows for the project Effective Color on Heat Absorption, Alexander Akimov. In psychology. In second place, from Dobbs Ferry Middle School for the project The Difference in Memory Retentions Between Screen-Based and In-Person Presentations, Mira Williams Amin. Congratulations to all of you. We now move on to the Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge, formerly the Broadcom Masters. The advancement to Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge is only available to students currently in grades 6th, 7th, and 8th. That asked to be considered prior to the fair. It was part of the parent permission form. The most frequently asked question is, how did my child get an opportunity for Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge when he did not win first, second, or third place? The middle school division at the fair is grades 5 through 8, and fifth graders are not eligible for this advancement. It is possible for fifth graders to place in all three levels, and the fourth place or fifth place person is eligible for Thermo Fisher based on their scores. If one assumes that the scores are 99, 98, 97, 96, 95, and the first three are fifth graders, but the last two are anyone from 6th to 8th grade, then those two may have the highest scores eligible to go to Thermo Fisher. Additionally, not all students choose to be included in the initial Thermo Fisher group. We ask parents if they wish to continue with the Thermo Fisher should they win. They may decline because their child is heavy in sports after our fair or will be out of the country during some key Thermo Fisher dates and deadlines. So it's possible that the first, second, and third are all in grades 6 through 8, but none of the exhibits chose to be considered. I would like to first announce alternates from the top 20% highest scoring middle school exhibits from 6th through 8th grades, who will be asked to fill in for any of the top 10% who cannot compete as a nominee for the Thermo Fisher National Competition. The Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge alternates, in no particular order, are from Dobbs Ferry Middle School, Wiley Weinman. From Greenville Elementary, Arjun Gupta and Hank Sherwin. It is now my pleasure to announce the top 10% among all middle school exhibits from 6th through 8th grade who are eligible to compete as a nominee for Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge National Competition. The nominees, in no particular order, are from Dobbs Ferry Middle School, Mira Williams Amin. From Pelham Middle School, Anika Roy. from Rye Country Day School, Juliet Moore. Don't forget, we have 2 more middle school awards a little later in our program. And now, a few words from Matthew Newman as to what the Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge nominees and alternates should expect next. Thank you, Matt. You may have noticed I've added glasses and a tie. That is because this following announcement is very serious and very big breaking news. At least that's what the script says that's in front of me. Now, back to reading. A very important announcement. This is a very important announcement. If you are a Thermo Fisher Junior Innovators Challenge nominee or alternate, we need you to respond to an email you will receive from us in the next 2 days. You must respond to that email no later than Friday, May 5th at noon. A non-response is an automatic no, and at 12:01 on May 5th, we will go down the list to give someone else your spot. If you are on a team, you do not have to decide to do Thermo Fisher as a team. Your decision is not contingent on your partner. So we encourage you and your family to think about this amazing opportunity and its time commitments and fill out the form sent to you. In this email, we are sending you the form will have something you will click on. There will also be additional information about deadlines, so if you're unable to meet all the deadlines, we ask that you give another student your opportunity. You can still keep your Thermo Fisher award. This is very, very important. Answers can only be done using our form. We cannot accept an email from you. So watch for your congratulations email, and the form will be inside of that email. Now, back to regular Matt. Thanks, Matt. Now, time for the Judge Edith Miller Excellence in Education Award.
Hi, I'm Judge Edith Miller's daughter. We were always taught that education was probably the most important thing. And it wasn't so much education, college, it was having a skill that you could make your own. And I'm forever grateful to her for that.
The impact that Edith had was rather profound.
In her day, back in the 1920s, 30s, 40s, growing up, many poor people, women, persons of color, did not have the opportunities to get an education to get ahead. They were either too poor or they were discriminated against. So for her, education was a way to get out of that poverty. Education was a step up. Education was a path to the future.
Something she always used to say to me was, if you plan to fail or fail to plan, the result is still the same. And that's true. You know, education and preparation, being prepared for your opportunities.
She had to walk to school during the winter with cardboard in her shoes. And when she did go to college and she graduated from Hunter, she was the only black woman who graduated.
She was able to become so much more than what society believed she could or would become. And education was the driving force behind why she was able to achieve as much as she was able to achieve in life. Not many folks can say that they sat on the Supreme Court. She did. Not many people can say that they became a lawyer in their life. She did. And not many of those folks can say that those things took place before the Civil Rights Movement. She can.
The reasons why I chose middle school for this award is because middle schoolers are at a crossroads where, they decide basically what they're planning on doing for the rest of their lives.
Hi, I'm Peter Nicholas.
I'm Ara Beggy.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm B.
And in 6th grade I won the Judge Edith Miller Award.
Yeah, I'm a previous winner of the Judge Edith Miller Award when I won it in 7th grade, which would be 2.5 years ago.
We participated and took home first place in Tri-County Science Fair in the Psychology Department in 2018 and 19.
My product used UVC light for disinfection, and this is the box I made for my experiment. I remember being called up to the front of the auditorium with all the other Broadcom Masters nominees. When my name was called as the winner, I was in complete shock.
Originally I was really shocked and really happy at the time, but afterwards the effects were just tremendous.
Winning the award was key for my progression as a scientist. It made me feel more confident and let me expand my projects into more complex ideas.
We had an amazing experience, and although yours will be different, we're sure you will too.
Because the thing that makes Tri-County Science Fair so amazing is being able to present your science fair projects and learn from others, which now you can do virtually.
I got a massive self-confidence boost, and this allowed me to be less stressed, and I could actually enjoy my classes rather than be constantly stressed about my grades, because I was able to be confident in what I was doing.
Middle school is a key time to expand your scientific knowledge and gain more experience. And even though this year is very different, I hope all of you are able to execute your projects, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Hopefully you feel the same excitement we did.
Have fun.
One of the things that impressed me about my mom was when she passed away, the number of people that came up to me and said, I would not be where I am today if it wasn't for your mother.
Especially, I went through a very rough period in my life. She would mentor me around her kitchen table to convince me that I was capable of achieving more than I thought I was. And without her, I would probably not have become the professor at Harvard University.
And so make sure you thank your parents, your teachers, and all those persons who helped you along the way. Again, congratulations, and looking forward to seeing you maybe next year.
The recipient of this year's Judge Edith Miller Excellence in Education goes to Pelham Middle School's Anika Roy for the project Beats of the Heart, the effect of beetroot on the heart rate of Daphnia magna. Congratulations.
And now the Suzanne Shale Handelman Award for Scholastic Excellence in Science and Technology for Top Middle School. Susan Shale Handelman has been an educator in private and public schools in Connecticut and New York, and a volunteer for many organizations, including the Putnam Children's Discovery Center. Being a registered nurse and teacher, family science nights included Susan with the three-dimensional human body puzzle and eye and ear models, sharing anatomy and physiology facts with curious children and their chaperones. She arranged the initiation of the hands-on science classes at the Kent Schools in Carmel, New York, to provide day and evening enrichment workshops, which attracted participants from other districts as well. Though now retired, these ongoing educational, science, and health interests inspired a special appreciation and support for the quality programs the Discovery Center brings to communities. She has helped the center with funding, obtaining teachers and judges, plus lobbied for the Tri-County Science Fair's increased participation. Her late husband James and sons Zach and Jed participated in Discovery Center endeavors as well. Zach not only helped the fair volunteering and participating in his youth, but he also came as a judge in 2018 when we kicked off the award in her honor. The Susan Shale Handelman Award for Scholastic Excellence in Science and Technology, the best middle school with the highest overall average among all other middle schools. Who knows, maybe her grandson Asher will follow in the family tradition, and one day his school will win the award.
The Susan Shale Handelman Award goes to Effie Bellows. Congratulations. And now for the high school awards for grades 9 through 12. On the high school level, 5 students will advance to New York State Science Congress. This does not mean that all the first place winners are going. The reason is because a second place winner could have a higher score than the next first place winner. And here's why. If 3 first place winners all have a score of 95 and above, and the rest of the first place winners have a score of 91, and the highest second place winner is a 94, and highest third place winner is a 93, then those two jump ahead of the rest of the first place winners. So the top 5 is comprised of 3 first, 1 second, and 1 third place winner. Now relative to our scoring, as was mentioned in the prior category, there was an FAQ section that outlined why there could be a first and third place, but no second place awarded. Why was there a first and third place, but no second place awarded? Well, each award has a minimum score threshold. To be eligible for first place, you must score higher than 90. For second, 85, and third, 80. Please keep in mind that that is a minimum. So if we have a 98, 97, 92, then those are the first, second, and third place winners. But if we have a 92, an 84, and an 80, then first and third would be awarded, with the 84 score taking third place because of the 85 minimum threshold for second place. Also a disclaimer, I am not a scientist. I am barely a comedian. So if I misread any of these categories, I'm sorry. And if I get any of them right, that's actually pretty cool. I feel pretty good about that. Now on to the high school awards. In the category of biology, tied for third place from Irvington High School for the project Investigation into the Effects of Drug X on Pancreatic Islet Physiology, Christopher Zorn. Tied for third place from Rye Country Day School for the project Excess Prostaglandins caused by PGT inhibition mediate key NAFLD pathways in zebrafish, Aidan McIntosh. In second place from Ardsley High School for the project Regulation of adipogenesis by decreased autophagy in the brain, Kevin Kitrov. Taking first place from Harrison High School for the project Rescuing Motor Delays in the Autism Model Drosophila melanogaster using sodium nitrate and sodium nitrite, Nicole Giandomenico. In the category of chemistry, third place from Ardsley High School for the project Highly Active Ceria-Doped Single Atom Catalyst to replace platinum in PEM fuel cells, Sanvi Kapoor. In second place from Fox Lane High School for the project The Geometry and Reactivity of a Novel Zirconium-Centered Coordination Complex supported by a bias PN ligand framework, Jacob Feldman. Again, I can barely read at a fourth grade level. This is a biting off more than I can chew. In the category of clinical social psychology, tied for third place from Yorktown High School for the project The Effect of a Dialectical Behavior Therapy and Social Emotional Learning Based Course on Students' Distress Tolerance, Akshayasri Ravi. Tied for third place from the Master's School for the project An Investigation of the Persuasiveness of Written Communication, The Role of Emojis, Jairong Ji. In second place from the Ursuline School for the project Hacking the Human, The Impact of Personality Traits on Susceptibility to Social Engineering Attacks, Isabella Vembenel. Taking first place from Byram Hills High School for the project Finding Friends in Fiction, Elucidating the Role of TV Parasocial Relationships in the Internalized Homonegativity, Social Connectedness, and Self-Perception of Young LGB Adults, Ethan Cherry. The category of Earth and Space. Third place from Fox Lane High School for the project Qualifying Possible Artemis III Landing Sites Through Analysis of Boulder Distributions, Stephanie Long. In Engineering and Technology. Third place from Byram Hills High School for the project Enhancing Electric Vehicles by Designing and Optimizing a Versatile Vehicle Suspension Harvesting Mechanism Utilizing a Macrofiber Composite Piezoelectric Transducer, Ethan Kimmel. The category of Environment. Third place from the Master's School for the project A Novel Approach to Diagnosing Ash Tree Infestation, the Use of a Portable Gas Sensor to Measure VOC Emissions of Ash Trees, Michael Stoica. In the category of Environment, second place from Edgemont High School for the project A Wavelet-Based Deep Learning Framework for Predicting Peak Intensity of Hurricanes in the Atlantic Ocean, Jiaha Liu. In first place from Byram Hills High School for the project Investigating Plastic Remediation, Rational Protein Engineering of PETAS from Idonella sacchariensis to Stimulate the Bioremediation of PET Pollution, Chloe Bernstein. Health and Nutrition. Third place from Irvington High School for the project Investigating the Theranostic Potential of Antibody X against Small Cell Lung Cancer, Maxwell Ma. In second place from Rye Country Day School for the project Study on How Firearm Laws Impact Gun Violence in the U.S. via Data Analysis and Machine Learning, Ronald Fang. In first place from Byram Hills High School for the project Evaluating the Role of the Intestinal Microbiota in Nutrient Absorption for Patients with Anorexia Nervosa, Ella Javorsky. In Math and Computers, tied for third place from Mayapack High School for the project The Efficacy of Convolutional Neural Networks and Bayesian Optimization on Exoplanet Data Classification, Ava von Nortwick. Tied for third place from Ardsley High School for the project Training the BERT Language Model for Protein Synthesis Screening, Lydia Lung. Second place from Rye Country Day School for the project Discovering Biomarkers for Prostate Cancer Gleason Scores from Multiomics, Data Using Machine Learning, Jefferson Zhu. First place from Edgemont High School for the project Resurrecting Mandelbrot using fractal dimension to analyze redistricting in New York, Ananya Shah. In Medicine and Medical Science and Technology, third place from Byram High School for the project Selective Inhibition of Matrix Metalloproteinase 9 attenuates traumatic brain injury mediated blood-brain barrier distribution in a novel dynamic in vitro model, Samantha Milowitz. In second place from Rye Country Day School for the project CNA Explorer and Analyzer, CNAEL, an interactive web application and standard operating procedure enabling efficient clinical review and reporting for precision oncology, Ellen Chen. In first place, from White Plains High School for the project Determining if Algorithms Stage Sleep as Well as Humans in Naps, Abigail Roman. Physiological and Experimental Psychology. Tied for third place from Byram Hills High School for the project Exploring a Novel Connection Between Visual Perception and Mental Flexibility Through Individuals with Distinct Visual Perception Styles, Tyler Lynch. Tied for third place from Byram Hills High School for the project Elucidating the Putative Role of Anti-NMDAR1 Autoantibodies in the Pathogenesis of Psychiatric Disorders, a Behavioral and Historical Examination in a Murine Model of Anti-NMDAR Encephalitis, Eliza Hammond. Second place from Eastchester High School for the project The Impact of Environmental Noise on the Cognitive Functions and Mental Workload of High School Students, Jocelyn Chen. In first place from Byram Hills High School for the project The Brain App, a novel, personalized, non-invasive app to measure learned models in the brain, deployed to quantify the impact of sleep in consolidating prior learning, Rohini Das.
We now move on to New York Science Congress and an address from Joseph Siami. But first, the rules.
Highest scoring high school exhibits are eligible to advance to the New York State Science Congress competition. If any of the top 4 cannot compete at the fair, the next 5 highest scoring alternates, in rank order by their overall exhibit score, would be eligible to fill in one or more of those top slots. Finally, the highest scoring exhibit among all high school entries is given the prestigious Marilyn Reiner Science in Education plaque and an additional $100 cash award. In the event of a tie, that award is split equally among the winners. But before we present the alternates and nominees, we've asked Joseph Siami to explain the logistics of the Science Congress and say a few words about Marilyn Reiner, for whom the top high school award is named.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the high school portion of the Tri-County Science Fair. I'm Mr. Joseph Siami, and I represent the Westchester section of the Science Teachers Association of New York State, also known as STANIS. I wish all of you the luck in the world at this fair and congratulate each and every one of you for your projects and experiments. In this portion of the fair, the top 5 students earn the chance to advance to our statewide fair called Science Congress. As was the case last year, it will be held in Syracuse on June 11th, 2023. It will be an in-person event. So what normally happens is I will get a list of the top 9 qualifiers. Of those 9, every one of the 9 will be asked, can they make the event? The top 5 students who say yes will be our representatives, and that's based on the scores and how you finished. If a 2-person team is in the top 5, they will be treated as 2 finalists. Even though it's one project, each individual student counts. Once I have my list of students, I will pay the entry fee and do the Science Congress report, which identifies you and that you're coming from this particular fair. You and your mentor each have a form to fill out, and you will do that on your own. All of this information can be found on the web at stanis.org, that's STANIS.org/science-congress, science with the little hyphen or minus sign between it, Science Congress. As we've done in the last 15 to 20 years, Westchester STANIS will also be presenting a check for $250 to Ms. Newman for the Marilyn Reiner Fund. Once again, congratulations on getting this far. I hope you all do well, as participants in the past have done exceedingly well up in Syracuse. So good luck to everybody, have fun, and do the best you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Joseph Siami, the Teachers Association, and their wonderful donation to the Marilyn Reiner Award. And to echo that sentiment about never quitting just from one loss, I recently lost 5 pounds. But that didn't get me to quit. I have since gained back the weight.
And now, the top 9 high school exhibits for New York State Science Congress. The alternates in no particular order. From the Ursuline School, Isabella Vembenel. From Edgemont High School, Ananya Shah. From Byram Hills, Samantha Milowich. From Byram Hills, Rohini Das. And now, the nominees in no particular order. From Byram Hills, Ethan Cherry. From Byram Hills, Chloe Bernstein. From Edgemont High School, Jia Liu. From White Plains High School, Abigail Roman. From Rye Country Day School, Ellen Chen. The winner of the Marilyn Reiner Science and Education Award, Ethan Cherry from Byram Hills High School. Frank Icapelli has been with the Tri-County Fair from its very beginning, first as a judge and then later as a recruiter of judges. His first memory of the fair was transcribing scores from paper ballots and using an adding machine to determine final scores, a far cry from today's electronic data entry and sophisticated scoring algorithms. His 8th grade school science fair project taught him the value of combining good science and good math with good presentation skills, and he came away with a first place award. He credits his continued interest in science and technology from his grandfather and uncle, who were both chemists, and his parents, who encouraged him to pursue a career as a chemical engineer. And while he started in research and development in polymers, inorganic phosphates, and organic acids, Frank later branched off from his chemical engineering roots to different areas like consumer product testing, quality management, and business process improvement. But through it all, Frank continued his volunteer efforts with the fair to bring high-quality judges and mentors together with high-caliber students and their projects. The Tri-County Fair wishes to recognize his contributions and efforts with the fair for more than 25 years by naming this award after him, the Frank Icapelli Award for Academic Excellence in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics for the top-scoring high school. Frank's professional motto is, "Let's make our best even better," and this award truly honors the very best. The Frank Icapelli Award for Academic Excellence in Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics for top high school is presented to Rye Country Day School. Congratulations to all of our award winners. Now to close this one out, some old footage of me.
Now to wrap it up, Matt. Congratulations to all the participants in this year's fair. Sincerely, if you are watching this video, you should be incredibly proud of yourself, no matter the outcome. Science is not for winners and losers. It is for the imaginative and curious. Keep up your curiosity. Celebrate that you no longer have to hear me speak. I'm Matthew Newman, and I've been wearing gym shorts this entire time. Good night.